The Amazon warehouse tracking system is still logging your every second on the floor right now, and California's own labor commissioner can't stop it. Every scan of a barcode, every bathroom break, every pause longer than a few seconds. A system built into Amazon's warehouse software times it, scores it, and files it. Amazon calls it productivity tracking. Workers call it the algorithm that fires you. And it's still running. Officially, this system exists to keep packages moving. Amazon needs to promise 2-day, 1-day, same-day delivery to hundreds of millions of customers. And that promise only works if every worker in every warehouse hits a rate, items scanned per hour, packages stowed per minute. The system was built to measure that rate automatically, warehouse by warehouse, worker by worker, without a manager ever walking the floor. Here's what it actually does. It doesn't just measure your rate, it decides your future. Fall under quota and the system logs what's called time off task. Stack up enough time off task and the software generates a written warning. No manager writes it. No manager reviews it first. Multiple warnings and the system escalates straight to termination paperwork. A human signs it, but the decision was already made by code. Reporting on this system in 2019 confirmed something Amazon spent years denying. Workers were being fired by an algorithm, and their own managers sometimes didn't know it had happened until after the fact. California tried to kill this. In 2021, the state passed the Warehouse Worker Protection Act, OB 701, specifically targeting systems like this one. The law forces employers to disclose every quota in writing, to prove those quotas don't violate safety breaks, and to let workers challenge a termination triggered by the algorithm. It was supposed to be the law that finally pulled the curtain back. And here's the part nobody reported. Regulators had been receiving safety complaints tied to these quotas for years before the law ever passed. The state already knew. It passed anyway, and it's still running. Because OB 701 has a hole in it big enough to drive a delivery van through, and this is the mechanism that makes the system unstoppable. The law requires disclosure of the quota. It does not require Amazon to eliminate the quota or the automated enforcement behind it. Amazon can hand a worker a piece of paper stating the rate, satisfy the letter of the law, and let the exact same tracking software keep timing bathroom breaks and generating warnings underneath. The Labor Commissioner's office can investigate complaints one worker, one warehouse at a time, but the system itself operates across hundreds of facilities simultaneously, adjusting quotas in near real time based on aggregate warehouse throughput. By the time an investigator builds a case on one facility's numbers, the algorithm has already recalculated a new baseline. There's no version of the software to subpoena and freeze. It's a live, self-adjusting model, and the rate you're held to today may already be different from the rate that triggered your write-up. Amazon added a human review step after the 2019 backlash on paper, but workers still describe the same pattern, an automated warning appearing before any person looks at the file. The buried feature was never removed. It was relabeled. Think about what that means for you right now. If you've ever ordered anything with a Prime badge, the delivery speed you're paying for is generated by a person whose bathroom break is being timed by software, whose next paycheck depends on a quota that can shift without warning, and whose termination can start with a machine instead of a manager. The transparency law you'd assume protects them only forces Amazon to tell workers the number, not to stop measuring, not to stop firing, not to slow down. Every driver, every picker, every stower under this system is being scored by an algorithm accountable to no one in the building. And it's still running, adjusting, escalating right now in a warehouse near you. So here's the question nobody in Sacramento wants to answer. If the law that was supposed to expose this system only requires a disclosure form, who actually benefits from a transparency law that leaves the machine fully operational? Amazon gets to say it complies. The state gets to say it regulated. And the worker on the floor still gets fired by code. Who wrote that loophole? And why does the system it protects keep running exactly the way it did before the law ever passed?